No, I can totally get it. It reminds me of, I mean, of course, like the ice cream truck totally comes to mind, but it reminds me of almost like actually accomplishing the sort of generic ideal of like a community neighborhood sort of thing. Like you always wish that there's the ice cream guy, and there's there's Cheers, the bar, and like all these different little elements. And it's just the way that you've described that totally, to me, is like, holy shit, somebody actually did the thing that everybody hopes exists in their local community.
Yeah, well, I don't know that it's possible in the big city.
I suspect it's not,
Around here, I mean, there's a few different factors involved, but one of the factors is safety.
Yep.
And people here feel comfortable allowing their children to walk home 3-4 miles from school to school, and they feel comfortable with the people that they're going to run into and the people they're going to meet along the way.
Right.
And I think it's important that we all take that responsibility seriously.
Yeah.
Because if just one of us is an idiot and puts a child in harm's way, either physically or psychologically, that's going to tear the fabric of the community apart.
Yeah.
So it's just about common sense, treating people with respect, no matter how young or old or what they have to offer or not.
That's I like how you said that, and that it reminds me of, kind of with city life. So number one, there's just the whole everybody packed like a sardine into an apartment, nobody knows their own neighbor sort of thing.
Right.
But when you pointed out, what they bring to the table or not, that or not part I thought was really interesting, because at least with Tokyo, and definitely because I was in Seattle and New York and a few other places, but in the big city, right, it's all about what I call really just cancerous growth and production.
Right.
And if you don't have a certification, or you didn't graduate, or it's all about the accumulation of, if not materials and goods, then again certifications and recognition, right?
What can you do for me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And while that's not entirely a negative, like developing skills is arguably kind of a good thing, generally speaking.
Over time, yeah.
Yeah, but that the big city and kind of that lifestyle and that mindset, and that what I've recently come to kind of recognize as an ideology is, if you're not able to bring something to the table, then get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Right? Like nobody wants, and it's just like, dude, I'm just trying to exist here, man.
Yeah. See,
you can't do that.
I think in the city, and I'm just speculating here, that the time doesn't permit it. People don't have time to wait for you to catch up. So if you don't have an expertise or some certain skill that's going to make their life better, then the expectation is that you're paying somebody to do that thing that you can't do. Yeah. So it's either money or what can you do for me. Whereas here,
that's what I was curious. I was kind of hoping we'd get to this. Is like, so how does that differ?
That differs because people are not moving as quickly.
Yeah.
Like I look at my own personal history. When I first came here, I had nothing to offer. I wasn't a business owner. I wasn't providing jobs. I didn't have any skills. I was an English teacher, but I wasn't teaching in this community. I was a trainee rafting guide, coming in and basically taking. Like, I was enjoying the river. I was enjoying the lifestyle, but I wasn't adding to it. Over time, I realized that if I wanted to be here, if I wanted to stay here and live here and become part of here, that I had to bring something. And it wasn't someone saying, what are you going to do for me?
Right.
It was me realizing that I want to be a contributor.
Yeah. Yeah, that one thing that I think is actually very interesting linguistically about all of this is Akiya is like the way that it's perceived, the word itself, like the images that are associated with it, not the actual matter of factness of it, is widely up for debate. Because those dilapidated shit piles qualify as Akiya,
Right.
as do that hotel that we just went. So it's a very wide definition,
Right.
but really the only thing that most people think about is the really negative aspect of it.
Right. That makes sense.
And then there's also like, how do you translate it? Like if you say abandoned house, that sounds kind of bad, but if you say vacant house, that sounds a little bit better. But they're both referring to the same thing.
Exactly.
Right?
Okay, so I mean, half of these places are basically Akiya. Like this place here has been abandoned for 2 years.
This one?
Yep, right here. The owners live behind it, but they don't use.
Oh, and here's isn't that ruined?
That's Laprieri. Yep, there's ruins right here. This place is Akiya, but I've been asking them. I want this place.
Okay.
But whatever. No, whatever. They make the best deal for themselves, you know.
Yeah.
This hotel.
This guy.
It's been abandoned for a year. 1 year.
Okay, so that means that it's probably still kind of structurally okay.
God, it's beautiful inside.
Is it?
Yeah. And it's huge. Like, it's huge. Here,
Let's go take a look. Let's go check it out.
Hold on.
Seseragi no Yado. Oh, it's this one?
Yes.
Yeah, when we were getting pizza, I was with Corey. I was thinking, God damn, that's a really big.
Yeah. This is its parking lot here.
Which I walked through. Okay.
Yeah. So you can get a scope of the size of it just from looking at this. I don't think there's much we can see by getting out and walking around it.
Right.
But this is like it's enormous.
Yeah, it's too big. It's too big to get out, and you'd have to go inside or get a drone.
And it is absolutely in good repair.
Yeah.
And probably, I would say, as modern as possible. Because 4 years ago it was the Higaki Hotel.
Oh, okay.
And the Higaki Hotel closed down.
Right.
And was shut for a year and a half. And then these guys took it over.
Yeah.
Renovated, and opened the doors. Lasted a year and then shut down.
All right.
So it was renovated just over a year ago.
Very nice. And to be honest, I would kind of be surprised if the reason they shut down was due to like the fact that it's not a good idea. I would expect that it's due to operating, like how they're operating.
Yes, I agree with you.
Right. And again, like the Rock and Roll Hotel thing, I love that idea.
Yeah. But if you're talking about domestic tourism, Minakami is set up perfectly.
Yeah, and honestly, I was like 2 days ago or so, I was looking into, various, like, okay, inbound versus domestic, what are the, blah, 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 blah. One of the, like, I think inbound accounts for like 17% of the entire tourism industry. Right. So, like, why the fuck are you even focusing on it? Don't bother. The money's not there. Look at that rainbow.
It has to do with laziness and or resources.
This is gorgeous.
It is.
And the houses around it are nice. It's not like you're just like, that looks cool.
Yeah. But the problem is it's in such a densely, it's packed in. And if you make any noise, people are not going to be happy.
Yes. That is definitely something to consider.
So this is a place where you might consider a wellness center.
Yeah, I can see that.
I would consider it for, my bar, yes. But what do you call a performance center? Like a place with concerts and whatnot?
No.
Live. I don't think people will put up with that for very long. I'm lucky, because like down at Ruins, I am packed into the urban center, but I'm well known.
Right.
And somewhat liked, and nobody calls the police on me.
Yet.